Good evening, and good evening. How are we doing this fine Saturday evening? Hopefully everyone is doing okay, and we are ready for a night of shenanigans. So, we are at a very misty and murky Silverstone. Which will be the first time this week I have seen it quite so misty, quite so murky. I think, as I have mentioned, let me just pull this on screen for you. Let me know if you see it all right. I'll make it a little bit bigger. There we go. So, as you can see, we are within reach of the top step of the podium for division. We have an aim. We have a target. That is what I want. I want that top step now. So, you'd think that would make me qualify. Nope. Still going to do my own thing. Still going to start from the pits. I don't particularly fancy. Don't really fancy the village for that first big stop. Yeah. Lap 1, village. Lap 2 or 3, village, I think is going to get messy. And of course, club is always going to be messy. So, here's me vibing along to the music. I don't normally hear it. I normally make sure only you guys can hear it, so it doesn't distract me while I'm racing. So, first things first. Let's put everyone's favourite squirrel up. And then let's remember to remove said squirrel. It would not be the first time I forgot to remove him. And let's go have a look at the entry list. So, Team Lewis Stannard, not someone we've raced with before. Full Force Gremlins, we've definitely raced them. Group B Corsa, we see them most weeks. I don't think we saw them last week, but we see them most weeks. Yves Cesar, we see him most weeks. So there's 2 we know. And I like Yves. He tends to be... He doesn't tend to fight when he doesn't need to fight. And when he wants to let you go, he will do it carefully. So I like that. We have got a THLF. We normally have one. So there is our weekly THLF. Other than that, I don't recognise many people here this week. And what's important, the Duke gang. We need to keep an eye on the Duke gang, because David Herbert 2, if you give me a second, I do believe, if I get back to the top 10, I do believe he is ahead of us in P4. So, ideally, we need to beat David Herbert. the Duke gang. Hey Steve, thank you very much, buddy. It's going to be needed. It's the first time I feel like I'm going out and there's a little bit of tension. I, however, will not change my approach. I also don't think we're in one of the higher splits, because it is assigned to me car number 3. So it means I've got a lot of overtaking to do tonight, I think. And also, to top it off, I'm wearing new glasses, so I'm still getting used to them. Oh, I don't know if a win's on the table, Damien. What would I like out of this tonight? I mean, we want to beat David Herbert, the Duke gang, so that's going to be our main aim. But I would kind of like to get into the top 15. If I can do that from the pits, I will be quite happy. Thanks, Damien. How are you feeling, buddy? You had a very tough afternoon in that TCR. There is some quick zoomy boys out there, though. Yeah. So 59 fours. So far, if I did do a single qualifying run, just so I would have a rough idea of where we would qualify. So far, if I'd gone out and qualified, if I'd hit the same lap time I hit when I did a solo qualifying run, Damo gives me plenty of coaching, Doug. The amount of times Damo's had to pick me up after a night's racing because I've had a bad night. Poor guy. Anyway, so far we would have been around Big Hugh Racing, Scooby, in that region with my one qualifying attempt. However, the fact that I never actually, in that 5-lap run I did as a qualifying run, I never actually hooked up a lap. I do think 59s would have been on the table, and yeah, we could have potentially started top 10. You really do need to give both of us some coaching on how to be more Doug. So let's be honest, everyone needs to be more Doug. However, tonight I need some people to be less Doug. Oh wow, that is a lot of people who didn't bother to qualify. So either that's a lot of people have gone, sod it, I'm starting from the pits, or we'll just rid up. Yeah, there's a lot of people still trying waiting to grid up. I don't even think P1's on the grid yet. Right. This is definitely going to be a thing tonight. P1 has just gridded up. Nothing like leaving it to the last moment, hey? Right. First thing we do, we get in the car, we turn the engine off. We should be able to turn it on as they come through towards club.
Each car is in.
There's definitely a few of us who have started from the pit lane tonight.
Green, 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 green. Right side. Hold your line. Stay on the left. Clear on the right.
You guys are absolute amateurs.
Car on the left. Still left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear.
Someone wasn't happy. This is rather sketchy already. No engine sound again. Thank you. Should be back now.
Car on the right. Clear.
That was a dive bomb.
Right side. Clear on the right.
watching his rejoin. Yellow flag. Keep an eye out for that.
Slow car on the left.
There it is.
Audrey, you should really be ashamed of yourself.
Car stopped on the right. Slow car ahead. 5.104.
I have never had to drop it down to fourth gear for this week.
Stay on the left. Hold your line. Clear. Right side. Keep to the left. Still left. Clear.
It's the rejoins there which are so lethal. The car's still not settled down yet.
The car in C3, just hit the fastest lap. 0.845. The car in C50, just hit the fastest lap. 0.585. Left side. To the right. Clear.
I mean,
6.757. Got a slow car on the right. Go left. Left side. Clear on the left. There's an incident behind. Left side. Still left. Clear on the left.
yeah,
Left
yeah,
side.
exactly, Doug.
Still left. You're on the right. 3 wide. Clear. Car on the left.
These guys are driving like absolute
Still left.
idiots.
Clear on the left.
They really are just absolute awful.
Left side. Stay on the right. Stay on the right. Clear on the left.
At the minute, I'm just fighting to try to keep out of people's mistakes and keep out of trouble.
The car in P16 just set the fastest lap. 0.49. There's an incident ahead. 4.804. That was your fastest.
I am literally having to come off the throttle. Wow. I need to start pushing to get through some of these guys. Yeah, I don't trust a single one of them.
Car on the right. Clear. Car in P1 just set the fastest lap. 0.067. Car 6 has taken the lead. You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 1 second. Go left.
Aim for the hole in that was.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
Go on, car, rotate. Sanity. Go on, turn in.
The leader just did a 0.42.
Them pair are going to take each other out very shortly.
1.926. That was your fastest lap of the session.
Or me with a real bad rejoin, so I need to be careful.
on the right. Clear on the right, right side. Hold your line. Clear.
X already. Wow, where has that actually came from? Or is that just people banging against me? Insane how stuck I am at the minute. The pair of these two are just going to swing into each other. Oh my god, I need to get past Casper in front. Just haven't got to pull some of these
the rest of these cars have got coming out of onto the hangar straight.
Got a slow car on the rack. Got a slow car on the rack. Car on the right. Clear.
He's going to go throat up the inside.
Clear.
So I'm not even going to bother trying to defend it. There's no point.
2.198.
Will you behave, car? Come on, turn in. And that's why I didn't bother defending it.
The leader did at 1.093.
There's some body work.
Slow car on the left.
Hold your brakes, hold your brakes, hold your brakes. Don't be a prick.
Go right. There's an incident ahead. Slow car ahead.
So this week the throttle pedal is basically an understeer button, sorry. So as soon as you go onto the power, you're going to start understeering. Now, anyone who knows me will know I much prefer oversteer.
car behind you pitting. Car on the left.
That was nicely done by him.
The car in P7 just hit the fastest lap. 0.022. car in P7. Just hit the fastest lap. 59.905. The leader can did at 1.111.
Freebie.
You can do stuff like that when you're racing alongside me because I expect it. That's why we had such a rough start to this race, because I expected it. Now we start to push and attack. Anybody spotted where David Herbert 2 is on track? I need to know where I need to get to.
1.606.
Let's start putting some pressure on this Porsche.
1.378. Car stopped ahead. Got a slow car on the right. Go left.
Can I get underneath him? No, he just covered it off for just enough.
on the left. To the right. Clear on the left. There's an incident ahead. Go left. The lead did a 1.28.
He's slowing me down so much.
Car on the left. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
He held me off for a long time. Now I just need to go and get on with it. Seven laps to just get on with things. Okay. Well, that was just horrible. It just wouldn't rotate.
There's an incident behind. Leaders pitting now.
Pitting now? That's early for the leader to be pitting.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left. That was your fastest lap of the session.
Oh, come on. She didn't want to go through the corner again. But I do know tyre wear on the front left is absolutely appalling this week. And by about this point in the stints, that front left is so painful. Three seconds to the next car. car in front, and Dre and Nitty was the leader at some point. I know he pitted early, so it's not like he's our battle. Because when we pit, we'll slide backwards. Free to pit.
The car behind is pitting. 1.737.
Michael Cossack.
Leaders pitting now. The leader did on 2.538. Left side. Hold your line. Clear on the left. You've got wheel damage.
Really? What on
We've got
earth
damage
was
on the
that?
back end.
I'm gonna have to tow. What on earth was that?
Optional repairs are 7 minutes, 10
Oh.
seconds.
That's our race over, guys. We can't come back from this. Let's have a look. Was that on me or was that him? Yeah, I was, Steve. I was. So up the inside. He just drove
Just
into me.
pitting now.
He literally just drove into me. Let's go have a look. Yeah, that's all on him. Nothing I could do there. But that is me out of this race. I almost want to send him a message and calling him what I want to call him. But that's not right and that's not fair. What I will, however, do is probably put in a complaint against him to the service. However, as we've still got 6 minutes odds worth of repairs, I'm going to go get a leak.
There's an incident ahead. Leaders pitting now.
Best of it is I probably even won't put anything into the service. I should have gave him more space. He's what, a 1.5k driver? Looking at this, he'd only just come out of the pits as well. Yeah, it just come out the pits. Three minutes of optionals. We are gonna need some luck to get some points out of this now.
You know what's really annoying? Look what position he's in. P2. So he's managed to ruin my race and he's sat in P2. How is... Anyway, we are not going to let this bother us. It is bothering me. I mean, it's going to be what, 4 laps down? Yeah, Michael Cossack too. We need to keep an eye out for him. Oh, it's heartbroken. That's broke my heart, that has. Broke my little heart. Right.
The chairs are almost finished up.
Let's remember. Car's going to have very, very cold tyres. If that's a Smurf account, he needs to learn to drive. Doug.
That's it, go. Right side. Clear on the right. Right side. Clear on the right.
No grip out there then. No heat in the tyres, that's why. I had been managing them better, but hey, it was still pretty bad at that front corner.
Car on the right. Clear.
I honestly don't know what we can do from here, guys.
The leader just did a 0.2 Left side. Clear on the left.
Thank you, Kevin.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
The thing is, I've got to focus now and not let it bother me. I just... Oh, come on, car. Turn in. The problem is, there's nothing I can physically do anymore other than keep going round in circles, I guess. The race is out of my hand now. I can't even put that down to net code. It was just bad driving. I mean, that Mercedes in front of me is P42. And I'm not even on the same lap as him. Okay, P44 has just DNF'd though. So that's one place back. Woo! No consolidation. The car don't feel right either, I'll be honest.
Yeah, Roberto, I was staying behind you because of our damage. So, I don't know, this may not work swapping places.
stops on the right. Car stops on the right. Go right. Car stops on the right. 1.92.
I mean, that's the only way I'm going to pick up any places tonight.
The leader just did a 1.23.
Can't even blame Chris. It's not fair though if he's not here. I've only got one other person I can blame who's not here, and that's Capac. And I doubt anyone else in here will understand that reference. Exactly, Chris. So it's not your fault this time. It wasn't even my fault. Yeah, it really does, because it wasn't too bad a drive for the first stint. And it irks me that they've ruined my race and they're sat in P2. Like nothing happened. Just scroll the stream back a little bit, Chris. You'll see what happened, buddy. I basically got brutally murdered by the team in P2 after they came out the pits.
1.905.
It frustrates me because he would have had the spotter telling him, car on your right, car on your right. Yeah, so it looks like they'd just come out of the pits after doing their driver swap. I wouldn't mind if his teammate had sent an apology, or if they'd said sorry or anything. Yeah, just something. I get not everybody has a microphone, so they can't do it over chat. Fine. But he's got a teammate. His teammate can just send a private message going, sorry. What I'll probably do, I'll probably wait for him to finish his stint in the car and see if he sends me a sorry himself. And if he doesn't, then I'll probably report him over that one. Yeah, just something to acknowledge the fact that you have just absolutely ruined my race. And it doesn't even look like it's impacted his race. It does look like we've just had somebody DNF, so there's something. Yeah, exactly. I got a 7-minute pit stop, a 4X that I didn't deserve, and a ruined race. Thing is, Jim, it was such an easy accident for him not to cause. And that was because all he had to do was hear that there was a car alongside and lift off the throttle.
Thanks, number 911.
That's all it needed. Exactly.
The leader to consider 2.249.
Let's go, Jan. Let's get by these guys.
I think what it's going to come down to, whether I put in a complaint, is if I look in the replay, if I look after the race and he purposely turned, if he purposely turned, that then is intentional. And then he needs banning. Oh, 100% he knew I was there, because the spotter would have told him, cars on your left, cars on your right. And if he's not using a spotter, his teammate surely would be spotting for him and going, oh, there's a guy there still. There is absolutely no reason I got absolutely murdered, Damo. I was running P20,
Left side.
P21-ish,
Clear on the left.
and just coming through that very same corner on the inside of the car in P2, and he just kind of turned into me and ruined the car. So I've had a 7-minute stop. Yeah. So I had a 7-minute pit stop. P18, yep. Now you've seen it, Chris, what's your thoughts on it?
2.484.
Oh yeah, I was having a great drive, Damo. we was in the pit phase, so I would have probably came out of the pit phase in about P25. Yeah, I want to look to see if he turned in at all. If he did, then I'll be putting in a grievance. Because in reality, all he had to do to avoid that was just lift off the throttle for a moment. It's currently the team in P2 that I know. They would have known that it was because of the pit phase that I was where I was, and that they was going to come out a lot, and that they was going to cycle out after I finished my pits out my way, so he had no need to do anything. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing,
Car on the right.
Chris.
Go left.
And I'll be looking to see if he turned in or not. It was phenomenally stupid. all I can say is maybe I surprised him. I don't know. We're picking up our DNF points at the minute. That's another DNF. Red line 911. That's them out through DNF. What's annoying is the car behind us, Lewis Stannard, we was ahead of him. I mean, that's all he needed to do. Didn't need to do anything. Just stay to the left.
car behind you is pitting.
He could have done that.
Leaders pitting now.
Sorry, Jack, but Matthew was freaking driven north to another fucking track. What an idiot.
Suck it.
Yeah, report, man, Matthew. Report. You reverse like that in the middle of the track.
I held my brakes. He's not going to report. Go ahead. See what you get.
2.015.
You're reversing into the middle of the track and you got two cars coming. How are you holding your brakes?
I spun out, you knucklehead.
The knucklehead's the guy who spun out.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, there's another place. Red Ghost have got a DNF.
Leaders pitting now.
Careful, because it's them idiots who have just pitted. So now we'll get to see if we get a sorry.
Leaders pitting now.
I would say that is long enough to sit there and type the words sorry. So it don't look like I'm going to get one.
That did look like bodywork on the track. Oh, P3 is just towed.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
And race for Noah of DNF, so there's another place.
Car 812 has taken the lead.
No, that's David Herbert in front who we needed to beat.
Left side. Clear on the left.
Thank you, David. Yeah, I know, Damien. That's why I've just set it back to, that's why I've just set it to drivers. Thank you, Dave, for letting me past earlier. Sorry, I've got my voice shot set to Teams.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Leader's pitting now. We're almost out of fuel. It might not make it to the end.
2 laps. That's another place from a DNF. That'll put me into P35.
Car in front, leading. About 1 lap of fuel left.
Pitting at the end of this lap. We had a hard time last time passing this guy when it was full position.
Car on the left. Hold your line. Don't forget to pit this lap for more fuel. Clear. Car 14 has taken the lead.
It's my first actual pit stop.
Pit boxing 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Right, let's get some fuel in the car.
That's it, go. The leader just did a 0.943.
Oh, it'd be lovely if there was for any positions. I've got to make a minute 26 to the next position. But they are on the same lap. But I need to make a minute and 26 on them. At least next week is a track that on Forza Motorsport I always used to enjoy, which is the Nürburgring Beckwith layout. I mean, if we're being honest, I have made 10 places from DNFs in that one stint. If I could do the same again in this stint, I would be more than happy.
What was that, William?
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to be more Doug and just keep it on the track.
What a fucking muppet you are, Weebrin.
Yeah, It tends to make me wonder if the reason he's having so many opinions is because he's in so many incidents with other people.
Hey Mark, I looked up the situation with Freeburn. You're absolutely 100% right. That was a complete BS move on his part. I'm completely with you.
Although it sounds like he is getting... Sounds like it wasn't actually on him.
With someone for position? I said, okay, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Wouldn't say anything. It's not funny for position with anyone, so why pull a move like that?
Well, you don't get up on someone's bumper and then not lift when you're that close, so that you don't do exactly what he did to you. You know, you're lucky he didn't take you completely out of the race when you hit the wall.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the iRacing guys have to say about it.
Well, unfortunately, it's a racing incident, I'm sure, which sucks, but I still report them because if he has a history of bullshit racing incidents, then it'll probably add up eventually.
Thanks, Derek.
Yeah, that's why I've tried to remain quite zen about the whole thing. Ooh. That's even more annoying. So I think the guy who just popped up on radio then, that Ahmad Aliz, is the guy who ruined my race. So he has got a radio, and he could have said sorry. Ooh. Exactly, Doug. I can't change what has happened.
What a silly rejoin me.
Look who's talking. Sorry, I couldn't help but get that jibe in. I'm sure that's the guy who ruined my race.
Thanks, Benjamin.
The car hasn't felt right even after coming out of the pits. After the accident, I don't know if it's just a little bit of in my head now, but yeah.
9.
Lucas, are you having connection issues?
Ah, fair enough, Damo. Oh yeah, I see. They've got their 2.6k driver in the car now, and it was their 1.5k. Go on then, Damo, what's your thoughts on it now you've seen it? Exactly. There definitely could have been an apology.
Did on 1.548.
Yep. And the fact that they're now leading the race is really no. I kind of feel like I got the crap end of the stick on that one. Yeah, ammo.
Kevin, do you want a fuel save or you want to pass me?
Even if that's the case, like he could have still sent a text to me saying sorry. I do that all the time, Doug. mean, most people have a sorry button set up. You could have just pressed the sorry button. Oh, no, relaxing. Forget about it, because you're just losing time to yourself. At the minute, I haven't even got enough fuel to finish the race. We'll deal with that in a bit. Exactly. I have a sorry button mapped, I just can't remember where I've got it mapped. But I have a radio button.
3.785.
So I can use my voice. What? No, that if you have a button mapped, it'll show to all. The amount of times I've accidentally said pass right or something. Have I got one mapped? I'm pressing around trying to find. Okay, so this is the bit where we learn Damo doesn't have a sorry button. I have one, I just can't remember where it is. Because you can quick map fuel loads and all sorts to it. So if you wanted to put a certain amount of fuel into the car, you can actually map it as a voice communication, and it goes and does it bizarrely like that. But then, anyway, we get the new UI in the next update, so I wonder how much of that sort of stuff would have changed. I need to focus, I'm just losing so much time. The car doesn't feel right, it hasn't since I came out of the pits. You'd think so, wouldn't you, Doug? But you never quite know.
0.781. The car behind is pitting.
It is, Doug. I am trying to be more Doug. I was in a zen little happy place then. Mark, you're safe from me, don't worry.
So Ian, if you want to pass, I'll let you go, man. Just let me know.
No, I'm not in your race at all, buddy. I'm just here for fun after car in P1 ruined me earlier on.
Okay, mate. Well, if you want to pass, just pick me, clutch your light, I'll let you go.
Yeah, no worries. I don't think I'm going to need a splash and dash, buddy. We've got 8 laps of fuel. We're on lap 77 of 84. And to be honest, I was using Mark to save a little bit of fuel as well. Others might need a little splash and dash. Oh, yeah.
1.052.
I don't think anyone I can catch will need a splash and dash, but there's definitely people out there who may need one. Oh, you behave, Jim. Don't you think I know this is less than optimal? Don't you think it's eating me up inside, Jim? Don't you think it's breaking my heart? Did you not see the bit of the race where I went round and round in lots and lots of circles and the engine was hanging out the back of the car? At what point did you think that was going to be optimal? Take the other thing these Mercedes seem to be really good at, on the brakes.
The leader just did a 1.629.
Wasn't we ahead of the guy I've just let past earlier on in the race? Yeah, to be honest, it really does look it. I feel like I keep putting myself into stuff which is hard to drive. Like I need to punish myself.
Got about 5 laps of fuel left. 2.987.
I must admit, I took the McLaren out yesterday very briefly, and that was very nice, very easy to drive. At no point was it trying to murder me. Unlike this, which if it hasn't tried to murder me at least once a lap, it's not trying.
Car on the left. Clear.
Yes. Yes, we do. Who's this? Jack Evans.
9. Right side. Clear.
Yeah, I still think Nick should have got Doug to be his wingman. Maybe I'll change the car up next week. We'll see. Considering we're on lap 83 of 84 and we haven't got the white flag yet, I would say we're going an extra lap. The bot has taken against you. I don't see the bot. Oh. Or is this YouTube doing its stupid I don't like this message, which I get all the time when I'm trying to message in Damo's chats. Even I don't see it. So that got nuked before it even got to my bot, which means that's YouTube bot.
White flag, one more lap to go. Keep going. We're almost out of fuel. We might not make it to the end. 2.939.
Damo knows how to trigger my bot. Oh. No, even I never saw that one, Chris, so that got nuked before even I saw it. Well, what can we say about this one? This has been a tough race tonight. It was going really well. And then we got murdered. By the team who's won the race. Nearly. It's nearly over. Well, no one needs to be surprised about that. We've got the evidence for that one, Chris.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left. There's the flag, it's over. Bring it on home and let's get out of here.
Right. Let's get the car back to the pits. While we mull that one over. That was a tough race. More emotionally tough. Because I should have been racing for some good chunky points and a good finish. Because at one point we know we was ahead of the car in P3. Whether that was from pits, I don't know. However, we're not going to let this one get to us. We can't win them all, and we're never going to. Exactly. All I can do is say I did my absolute best.
The race is over. Pit box in 10,
Thank you, Doug.
5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Right, I'm going to get my gloves off. You know what? I don't even want to look back at it. Split 4. Was him. Cossack. I mean, it could have been worse. A little bit of safety rating loss. Lost 25 iRacing. We still picked up 52 championship points. I'm not sure how much that will help us. However, there's not a lot we can do. So next week we have the Nürburgring Grand Prix Strecker, the best WEC layout, which is one I do actually know. It's almost like it was fated then, Damo. So I'm going to blame you. Exactly. It could have been a lot worse. At one point, I think it was like 52 iRacing I was looking at losing. So I've halved the deficit. So I'm going to hit that button. That will throw my end screen up. Exactly, Damo. It's how it works. Right. Thank you very much for joining me. That was a tough finish. Yeah, Akiyama is going to be absolutely horrific in these cars. But we'll see what happens. So I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you for joining me. And we go again next week. And hopefully we can get a better result. So until then, thank you very much. And I'll see you next time. Night, night. See you around.